If your mint seeds aren't sprouting, you might be doing one of these things wrong. Mint can be a little challenging to grow from seed, but once it gets going, it's one of the easiest, lowest maintenance herbs you'll ever have. One of the most important things when growing mint is planting depth. Most seed packets will provide this information, but the ones I'm using do not, so we'll use this Peppermint package for reference. Under depth, we have 1/8 to 1/4 inch. I steer more towards the 1/8 of an inch because you really don't want these little seeds that deep. I'll be using a pre-moistened seed starting mix, and even though I only want one plant, I'm using 4 seeds to increase my chances of germination. To sow my seeds, I'm just sprinkling them on the surface and then going back with tweezers to lightly cover them. You can also slightly push them into the growing medium, or even just spritzing with water will push them in. To help keep the soil moist and increase humidity, I'm covering this with a lid that has a few air holes drilled into it. You can also use a sheet of plastic wrap or some sort of transparent covering, but the soil must remain moist in order for the seeds to sprout. Another very important thing about growing mint from seed is that light is required for germination, so it must be kept in a bright location. Here's how it looks on day 19. There's a couple little sprouts, one of which is touching the lid, so I'll just remove it at this point. This is day 38, and I have enough growth to where I'm ready to transfer to a pot. 3 out of 4 seeds sprouted, so I'll be transferring them all together, but I'll most likely separate them when they outgrow this pot. It's best to keep your mint in a pot rather than growing in the ground because it's a very invasive plant and spreads like crazy. My soil was already damp, so I just gave it a little spritz and as always topped it off with some aquarium gravel. Mint does great in full sun, but it can also live in lower light conditions. As for watering, it prefers a consistently moist soil, but I suggest letting at least the top inch dry out to help reduce the chance of fungus gnats. This is a pretty fast grower, so I'll probably transfer to a 6-inch pot in a couple weeks, and as soon as the weather warms up, it'll be outside in a 20-inch pot. Mint can be used for food, beverages, bath and body products, or even just the scent of the plant can be used as a pest repellent. But I grew mint from seed by request. If there's any other plants you'd like to see grown from seed, drop them in the comments.